There has never been a better time than now to come join the Bellisio Foods team. Bellisio has a new contract in place with plenty of awesome perks for their employees. From increased wages, access to the free health clinic, vacation after 6 months, and much more, Bellisio Foods is committed to putting their employees first. For more information or to apply, visit BellisioFoods.com/careers. Take advantage of these great new employee benefits and join the Bellisio team today. Visit BellisioFoods.com/careers to learn more. We at Orange Crush have many things to be thankful for, including everyone who makes Orange Crush a part of their day. To show our thanks, Orange Crush, WKOV, and participating Save-A-Lot locations will be giving away Thanksgiving turkeys to dozens of winners because even though Thanksgiving celebrations still might look different this year, we know Thanksgiving favorites will still be a part of your plan. Visit GJPepsiContest.com/turkey to find out where you can enter to win now through November 18th. No purchase is necessary. See official rules for details. Never have our community heroes been more worthy of recognition than today, and Wendy's is here to show thanks for all they do with a free breakfast for a year giveaway. Starting Monday, November 15th through December 9th, we want you to nominate the individuals you feel have gone above and beyond. Just go to yourtotalmedia.com/community heroes and give us a line or two about why someone you know deserves free Wendy's breakfast for a year as part of Wendy's Thank You Thursdays campaign throughout this holiday season. That's right, our community heroes have the opportunity to win free breakfast for a year from Wendy's, which includes a delicious breakfast combo. We'll select a community hero every week on Thursday, and you'll hear their inspiring stories on the air. You can nominate anyone who's made an impact in our community. Wendy's wants to reward our dedicated and hardworking individuals because these heroes have kept our communities together and running. Make your nomination today at yourtotalmedia.com/community heroes, and Wendy's will be providing free breakfast for a year to those deserving individuals.
Well, happy morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome. It's a Monday.
It is a Monday.
Man, is it a Monday?
Is it ever? It's a short work week Monday, but it's still a Monday.
You know, it's so funny, those memes that everyone's posting on Facebook. It's like, we can do this.
Yeah.
It's 3 days. We've got a 3-day thing. It ends in pie and turkey. Like, we're good. And shopping.
Right.
We're good.
Let's go.
True.
We can do this.
We can do this,
All right,
guys.
everybody.
In.
1, 2, 3, go.
Let's go.
All right. We got this. 3 days.
3 days.
Well, what are you guys doing? It's so good. Like, okay, so I feel really weird because they had to sit on one side or the other, so I'm over here by myself. Oh, James, you're so sweet.
My chair's got wheels.
I know he's like roly-poly all over the place.
Yeah.
So what's going on? Did y'all have a good weekend?
I did have a good weekend. Yeah.
Good.
What about you?
Yeah, it was fun.
We hung out a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
I heard you had fun.
I did have fun. A little bit too much fun. But no, so we had at the brewery, we have what's called the beer club where it's like a membership. And so we have been working on the new production brewery and finally got our license and all of that. And so just invited the beer club members on Saturday to come up and take a look at it.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, thanks. And Courtney got to come and her sweet husband and yeah.
Got to share all of my ideas that are only because these are things I want to do. So I'm trying to get Jennifer to do them so I can also do them.
No, I think that's fantastic. And like we asked in the invite, we were like, please bring your ideas. And I was shocked at how many ideas people had.
Oh,
How many good ideas did people have?
All of them.
I mean, mine were the best.
Some of them were a little like,
Yeah.
you know, like tongue in cheek or boy, that would be really cool if we could do that. Yeah, it would be really cool if we could do that. But there's this thing called money.
Right.
But yeah, there's so many. There were great ideas. But one of the big ideas I would say that probably 80% of people said was a stage outside for live music.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was certainly one of my ideas.
Right.
When when we were talking about it. So anyway, we'll work on that and maybe have a fun downtown little venue for people to sit outside. Fun beer garden, maybe. We don't know yet.
Be fun.
So yeah, for sure.
It's a great building, though.
Yeah, Yeah, thanks.
The upstairs was really awesome. Like still has a lot of the old woodwork and parts of it, which is really pretty.
Yeah, it is, and it's just kind of an open blank slate right now. There's some fun graffiti up there.
Uh-oh.
It's a little, yeah.
Some teenagers got up there and
drew what teenagers will draw.
Yes. We have pictures, but we won't show them. Yeah. But they do make for great, fodder. And I swear, there's one in particular that everyone that walked up there was like, snap, and they're like, "Oh, this is too good."
Yeah. Well, I like when somebody puts some like offensive graffiti on the bathroom or whatever, and instead of painting it over it, you just buy an empty picture frame and
just embrace it.
Yeah.
Well, the one is kind of framed.
It is kind of framed in.
Tell that story about where it's at and how you said you opened. It's behind a door.
Yeah. So those old downtown buildings in Jackson. Were all built. I don't know if they were built at the same time, different times, whatever. But they all, are obviously touching. So and some of them connect.
Right.
So there, at one time upstairs of this building, there was a connection to the building next to it that's owned. Who does own that now?
I can't even think of who's next.
Oh, the Ungers own it. Yeah. So anyway, so there was like an old doorway. Well, but it had been blocked off, so none of us had thought anything about it. And so we were up. We had some friends come from Nocterra Brewing to come down and do a collaboration beer with us. And so we took them over to show them the new building. And so we took them upstairs and they were like, "Well, what's behind this door?" I'm like, "I don't know." And so they open it up and there's a picture behind the door that none of us knew was there. And it is
entertaining.
To say the least.
It was a nice little surprise.
So we were like, "Oh, we didn't talk about that." And they're just dying laughing, to say the least. But anyways, yeah. So then it's just become a thing. We just leave it open now for everybody to see. So
that's funny.
And then, so that was fun and kind of an icky day yesterday. Ooh.
Man, I was watching, I guess it was the Browns game.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, the weather looks really nasty there. And then I look outside like, well, we have the same weather
pretty
here.
Much the same.
I guess at least I'm not outside playing football or watching other people play football.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, it was icky yesterday.
Yeah, after Augie's lunch, he usually goes outside, and I opened the door, and he looked and went, "Nope." Came back inside.
It's funny how they know. They're like,
no.
It is,
Yep.
not going to happen.
Big no.
Yep. So, James, can you tell your exciting news? Or should we not?
We'll keep that.
Okay.
Okay.
He got some fun news over the weekend, too. But maybe, we'll...
Ooh, I don't know what this news is. I'm intrigued. I guess I'll learn when the rest of you
good.
know.
It's a good thing. It's a really
good news, but I'm not sure the people involved have told everybody.
We'll keep that to ourselves then. So, but lots and lots of fun stuff. Tis the season coming up. God help you if you have to go to the grocery store right now.
I do. I've not done a lick of Thanksgiving shopping, and I'm hosting.
My
girl, you are in trouble.
So my sister, she has the opposite problem. Her husband's family is fairly large, and there was some debate over whether the grandma that normally hosts Thanksgiving was going to do it this year.
Okay.
So somebody threw out the idea that my sister hosted at her house. So they went out and bought a 16-pound turkey.
Oh no!
Just to find out that grandma changed her mind and is going.
Do they at least let grandma know they have the turkey already?
I think she had already procured her own turkey and probably a ham also.
You know what? Listen to what I'm telling you. With this turkey shortage going on, they could probably put the flipping thing on Facebook and sell it to somebody.
Yeah, wait until Wednesday.
Right.
Correct.
Can't find one.
When everyone's panicked. Thaw it out so it's good to go.
$75.
Yeah. Like literally, I'm telling you, it's a thing. So, I've had a lot of people complain that they can't find turkeys this year or they're kind of scarce.
I think those words
both of those words are appropriate. Yeah. Yes. But no, it is we used to laugh when I worked in Columbus that we would have to park halfway home because the building was so busy. And I'm like, I told Jamie, I was like, yeah, I had to go to Kroger early Saturday, and I think I had to park halfway home. Like, you're parking down at the big lots.
Why is it that Kroger always have not great parking lots? The one in Jackson's not. I mean, it's big, but the section that's by Kroger is not awkward.
Yeah.
And then the one in Athens is bad too.
Yeah, that one's hard to get in and out of. But and plus then they took all those spots for the
click list.
pull-in. Yeah, the click list, which is fine. That's totally fine. But that's like half of one whole
20
section.
less spots or whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, that makes it tough. But I'm telling you, this Kroger delivery thing is just the jam. Like, if you have not tried it yet, you should try it.
Yeah, I have not.
When I was homesick, I was having to do that, and it was great. I mean, they were on it.
Yeah.
And I think I had delivery 3 times, and every single person that brought the stuff was super communicative and like went out of their way to.
So do they shop for you, or do they do a click list, pick it up, and then?
So no, they shop.
They shop.
So, and the cool thing about it, I don't know why we're talking about this, other than it's very convenient.
This episode brought to you by ClickList, by
Kroger, and we'll send them a bill. But no, they have the ability to text you. Mm-hmm. Like if they're working on your order, you can talk back and forth. But as soon as they drop your order off, then they're gone. But so like, hey, you ordered wheat bread. They only have the white. Is that okay? Or do you know where in the store? Like where in the store is this? And I'd be like, oh, it's blah blah blah. So
that's cool.
Oh, super cool.
Why do they have to ask you where it is in the store?
Because
it's normally the other way.
Well, because
I don't know where anything is in the store.
Because I don't think they work there, right?
Oh,
right. Like they're private contractors.
Like Uber.
It's not. Yeah, they are independent contractors through another organization.
Okay. Well, I thought Kroger had their own thing that was replacing like Instacart and stuff like that.
Well, I think maybe ClickList, but the delivery thing's a whole different.
Okay.
I think some of the bigger market areas have Kroger has their own delivery.
Okay, because that's what my sister was talking about, because she used to do the ClickList, and the ClickList is like an independent company, and you have to like pay the fees higher, and you have to tip the driver and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But now their Kroger, or I think it's Kroger, maybe it's Meijer, I think it's Kroger, is offering like their own delivery service that like doesn't have all those fees.
Aha. Well, I can tell you, when you're stuck at home and you don't have any groceries, I was very happy to pay $7 for somebody to go shop for me. And and they were there always within the hour. It was like crazy.
I do not like to grocery shop, so I would pay $7 just period.
Yeah.
But I have my own
click list. Bring you wine.
His name's Mike Leach.
There you go.
I just make a list and he goes to the store. So.
That's so good.
He still has to call and ask you what aisle stuff's in.
No, he's like pretty good. He has to call and ask me like, what coffee creamer do you drink again? That type of thing. Yeah. But he usually can find stuff.
Yeah, that's super good. Yep. So there you go. Our Kroger advertisement of the day.
So do you guys know what anniversary today is? Major historic event.
We could cheat and look at that.
You could cheat and look at the screen.
I'm not going to cheat and look at the screen. I know that the Gerber baby's 95, and we can talk about that in a minute, which is really cool. Well, but that's not what you're talking about.
Today is the anniversary of the Kennedy assassination.
Oh, you're kidding!
November 22nd, 1963.
So did that fall right before Thanksgiving, like on that year too? I mean,
it was November 22nd, so
it would have been.
We'd have to look at a calendar. Thanksgiving is always the last Thursday, right?
Yeah, so it just depends.
So it would have been. It would have.
It had to have been close to Thanksgiving. That's really sad. I don't know why I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
What a nightmare that was.
So I mean that was before any of us were born.
You know, that's the ironic thing. I think that's one of those, things in history like 9/11 and, the Challenger disaster. Were you even alive then?
Yeah, that was like 92 or something like that?
No, it's like 84 or something.
Oh, then no.
He's a baby.
Our little baby James. He's so cute. But no, all of those events, significant events where, you know, you remember exactly how you felt and you always will. And I don't know why, but obviously none of us lived through that day, but I can't imagine the assassination of a president, what that would feel like.
Dad, of course, he's older and remembers when this happened. But what's even crazier about that, because the Kennedy assassination was obviously televised, but then, you know, Lee Harvey Oswald, who, you know, presumably allegedly you know, committed the crime, was also murdered on TV just a couple of days later. And Dad remembers seeing that live on television because they were
going to court, or
they were moving him from, you know, one holding cell to another, or whatever,
and then
Jack Ruby, you know, popped up and shot him, and that was live on television. Dad remembers seeing that.
That is wild.
Yeah, Dad has the had I thought about this before I was driving to work this morning when I heard this on the radio. Dad has the copy of Life magazine that had Lee Harvey Oswald on the cover, that famous photo of him like holding the rifle on his shoulder and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is really interesting historical thing. But yeah, when we visited Dallas, I mean, it's been a long time ago. I think it was maybe 2008, 2012. Yeah, I think it was 2008. We visited the book depository where Oswald actually, you know, fired the rifle from.
Do they have that as
It's a museum now.
Okay, like a tourist attraction is a bad
it is very much a tourist attraction.
So
now.
is that all it is, or is it actually a functioning?
I mean, I think it's just a museum now.
Okay.
And it's, like I said, it was a long time ago when I saw it. I thought I had photos. I was trying to find them this morning, but apparently the
cloud has absorbed them.
Well, no. I think just as a 19-year-old kid, I just wasn't as interested in the historical part, and all the pictures were of other things. Yeah. But no, I remember it because they've like recreated it, sort of like what it would have looked like back then and stuff, like, because there's all these big, like, you know, wooden like shipping cargo container things, and those were like pushed up against the window to, like, you know, so people couldn't really see in.
It's so weird to think about the fact that someone that many years ago planned that out.
Yeah, and there's a lot of conspiracy theories though that he didn't.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. There's so much conspiracy theories around it.
Yeah. Dax Shepard has a podcast, Armchair Expert, but then they did a podcast off of it based upon conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah.
And they, the guy that does the podcast with them, there's like a guy that does a tour that takes you on the actual route and like shows you like everything. Mm-hmm. And they said it's a pretty in-depth tour, and then but also talks about all the conspiracy theories and stuff that are out there.
You know, if it happened today, I mean, the conspiracy theories.
It is so hard to imagine something like that ever happening again, at least to an American president.
All the weirder things that have happened.
I mean, if you've ever been in Washington D.C. when the president goes anywhere, I mean, they just shut down everything. Like, you just can't get even close to it.
It would definitely be.
They send like multiple motorcades in different directions.
They wouldn't be sitting in the back of a convertible in wide open space. Let's just be honest about that. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, you do wonder if that event changed the way.
Oh, 100%.
Security detail and all that.
Like, well, and there was
morphed it into what it is today.
Well, and there is a similar assassination attempt on the Pope around that same time. It was a few years later, and that's why the Pope.
The Pope Mobile.
That's where the Pope Mobile comes from, because the Pope used to drive an open air cars like that too, and somebody.
Yeah, now the Pope travels in bulletproof glass in the Pope Mobile.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of wild if you think about it.
Yeah, you should have a POTUS mobile. Same thing. It's a golf cart with bulletproof glass.
If Trump didn't come up with one, ain't nobody going to come up with one.
I feel like Trump would probably try to come up with the Wonder Woman invisible jet.
He seems like he would have had something like totally crazy to ride around in.
I want to give a shout out to a couple of people. Rick Sims says all the Krogers in the Cincinnati area have horrible parking lots too.
Oh, really?
Well, it's kind of like
must be a thing.
Speedway.
Yeah,
like, they always have.
It's so busy there.
Yeah.
Layout.
Well, it's probably that instead of building their own buildings, they probably just take over existing structures and try to modify it.
Yeah, and
for them.
I think a lot of times, like with the gas stations and things like that, when they were built, they weren't as busy as they are now with all the convenience items and things like that. It was more like you pulled in, got your gas, and
left,
and you walked in and paid and you left. Now it's like a store on top of a gas station as well. So I think that's why they just get so congested. But it's a lot of fun though.
Yeah, well, yeah, these
Pulling in and out.
The Speedway in Jackson, that because it's like
it's like the gauntlet,
right? Because it's like a triangle, so there's like traffic coming from like every direction, and there's basically no parking spots.
Yeah, you gotta be very careful.
Oh
it's
my
like
gosh.
I'm afraid to walk through there.
Yeah. Well, I went to the main express in Oak Hill this morning, and of course, it's connected to the McDonald's, so it gets all of the McDonald's traffic. Plus all the people getting gas.
Gotcha.
So if you're just trying to run in there and get something,
forget it.
Dude, it's not easy.
Yeah,
it's a little dangerous.
How funny.
So I want to give a shout out to the Jackson High School Drama Club.
Yes.
I went to their play Friday night and I went Sunday afternoon. So good. All of the kids in it are so talented. My stepson went with us, and he even made the remark about how good it was compared. I don't know what he was expecting.
That's pretty elaborate looking.
I mean, look at
set
that.
And
costumes.
Yeah.
So they did Alice in Wonderland, correct?
Did Alice in Wonderland, and I'll have to brag, that little white
rabbit
rabbit right there is my nephew, Liam, and I.
Yay!
Congratulations, Liam.
Freshman
Got
a really good part.
Wow.
So
biggest parts.
I was very impressed with him. But the whole play was just awesome. So, of course, it's over, but I encourage you to definitely check those out when they're happening because the kids do a lot of work, and I mean, it's a really, really good program. So.
You bring up a really good point. So you hear a lot about football and basketball and baseball and soccer and a lot of the sports, and those kids practice nonstop. Well, these drama kids practice non-stop for months, and I mean it's hours a day, and I just don't think they get the I don't know that the public awareness is out there of how hard these kids work. And I know just because of having some of the kids work at the restaurant, and they're like, oh, we have to be off because they're practicing constantly.
I do believe Kathy Lord she's got a great program, but it's a lot of the students that are doing that. She's there to guide and direct and things, but I mean, it's the students are doing all the work. They're putting the scenes together. They're taking it down. It's pretty much all student ran. So shout out to Kathy for all the hard work she does and the kids. It was really fun. I'm excited for the spring play. The spring play is always a musical. So.
Yes. Do you know what it's going to be?
They don't know yet.
Okay.
They don't know. So Kathy always just springs it on them. So they have not been told yet.
So speaking of musicals, have you guys watched, what is it called? Click, Click, Boom? Is that what it's called? The Andrew Garfield Rent movie that's on Netflix now. I feel like I'm saying that name wrong. But anyway, so Andrew Garfield, or that's not right. Andrew Garfield is playing the writer of Rent, and it's like an autobiography about him.
Yeah, I've seen the preview for that.
Where isn't that here? Okay, where's that? What's it called? It's something like that. I think I'm saying.
I have
right.
not seen that, but I know what you're talking about.
Tick Tick Boom.
Tick Tick Boom.
Tick Tick Boom. Yeah, so he is playing the co-writer of Rent.
Okay.
And he's like a struggling young artist in New York trying to get onto Broadway and stuff like that, sort of on the cusp of, the thing that makes him famous. But Andrew Garfield, of course, played Spider-Man a few years ago. And there's this new Spider-Man movie coming out in December.
Okay.
That he's rumored to be in. So he's going on all these late night talk shows to promote this Rent
and
movie.
all they want to do is
talk about Spider-Man. And he's not allowed to talk about it.
Right.
La, la, la.
Yeah. Like, I mean, presumably, like, if he's not in it, people will be shocked.
Yes.
But, like, he's not allowed to say it because it's, like, a secret.
We're like, one thing at a time, people.
Yeah.
It's like, can we get back to this thing on Netflix that I'm doing?
Yeah.
It's kind of important.
Yeah. But it's really funny. There are all these funny, like, montages on YouTube. It's like Andrew Garfield lying about being in Spider-Man. And they're like, are you in Spider-Man? He's like, all I can say is nobody ever called me about it. Oh, they emailed you, Andrew?
Right? Nobody calls anybody anymore.
Yeah, like, What are we doing here?
Nice try, buddy.
Just giving people a call. What are you doing, Andrew Garfield? But that movie does look really good. And I've heard people say that it is like the theater nerd dream movie.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like anybody that sort of grew up doing like high school drama and things like that dreamed of making it in New York. Like this is like, very much for them.
Good.
That's
and it's
cool.
on Netflix, so
And
not
it's on
hard to
Netflix.
access.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, for sure.
I was never in theater. I'm
Yeah.
too. I actually had a nightmare the other night because I helped out with the Apple City Players play that they had
You
a
had a
couple weeks
nightmare
ago.
that they were going to ask you to be in it.
They were like, you should try out. I'm like, no, because I was totally behind the scenes, not on stage at all. And so I said, no, if I get up there on stage, I will literally just freeze.
Like die.
Like I will
Yeah.
die. It will be
Yes.
terrible. So I had a dream the other night that I was in a play and I did that and completely forgot my lines and was running all over the marquee trying to find a script because I could not remember what my lines were.
Oh.
And then I was supposed to be on stage, so they had to like completely ad-lib the scene I was supposed to be in because I was running around trying to find the script because I couldn't remember.
I think Courtney's feeling a little bit, what's that called? What do they say when you forget your locker combination in your dream? It's like you're feeling inadequate or something. I think that's what that dream's
Calling
about.
Courtney inadequate?
I'm just saying that's how
Dang.
Courtney's
What's
feeling.
That's harsh.
That's what they
Gosh,
say
Jen.
when you have that
I'm
dream.
gonna have to reevaluate my
Man.
life choices.
Or that you're feeling like out of control or something.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that could. I mean, I do still have to go.
Well, she's like,
Thanksgiving Day
yeah,
shopping.
that.
She still
yeah.
hasn't
That-
got a turkey
yeah.
yet.
That's
so.
pretty spot on.
That's
Okay.
pretty spot on.
Adequate, no.
So-
Out of control, yeah, that's about right.
So it's like you're feeling low or down about yourself or something. Or,
Well, if we're speaking of Netflix, and if you're feeling that you might be inadequate, there's this
really good
little show
to pick me-
called The Tiger King
Perk you right
that
up.
may make you feel better about
Maybe-
yourself.
Maybe I need to watch it. I
Yeah,
haven't
Oh.
watched the second one yet, so maybe I need to go watch it and I will
Yes.
stop having nightmares.
so the second one's
so
out.
have you watched any
No.
of Tiger King season 2
Not
yet?
at all. And you have been watching it. Did
We
you
were
watch it all?
supposed to watch
Yeah,
it
so
for
it's
homework.
only 6 episodes, so it goes
that's
by
good.
kind of fast.
Okay.
But yeah,
And then you were
it's
like, "Oh,
a
it's
lot."
over," and you
well,
cried.
that's what I said to Matt McKee. Like I asked him if he'd watched it yet. He's like, no, but I saw it was only 6 episodes, so it's like not as much of an investment. I was like, yeah, it's one of those things you kind of turn on and kind of halfway pay attention to it, and then like next thing you know, it's doing the like end of season wrap up where it's like inspirational music and it's showing the white text that says like what's happened since they finished filming and stuff. I was like, it's over already.
Well,
But
so Carol Baskin evidently didn't get very far in her lawsuit because now it's out and already aired. So
yeah.
because she's
So-
trying to sue them to.
Yeah, so Carol
it off.
Baskin did not film any interviews for season 2,
Mm-hmm.
but she apparently has like a daily like video diary
Oh,
that she
they could
makes
just
public.
take-
so they
so they can just take it and she don't get any money for it,
Right.
right?
yeah.
That's so
Not very
funny.
smart,
Yeah.
Carol.
Is
Yeah.
that where she says hi, all you cool cats and kittens?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh,
but like
I
she
need
talks
to go
about
bring that.
everything and it goes back like years and years and years. And they're playing this footage of her like talking about like back in like 98 or whenever her husband went missing, talking about like, oh, and he said I'll be back and then he never came back or whatever. And then the lawyer's like, well, this is what she told the police and this is what she said on her blog.
No.
And it just everything she does makes her look more suspicious.
I know, and like I saw her interviewed by somebody the other day, and it was like Dr. Oz or Dr.
Yeah.
Phil or somebody
Yeah.
like that. That I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And she was just so playing the victim card,
Yeah.
like you don't understand. Like nothing that was portrayed in the Lion or Tiger King is
Lion
true.
King.
The Lion King.
This is
That
true.
Simba did not die in
the Lion
The
King.
movie The Lion King
Just
is
saying.
fiction.
It's not true either.
Believe it or not.
But she was
Lions
just
are
going
not
on and
friends with parrots.
on. I don't think they talk either.
Monkeys
I
are
mean-
not like maids or whatever Rafiki was supposed
I
to
haven't
be.
even seen that movie in so long.
Yeah.
But
I had somebody,
Yeah.
an adult, tell me that The Lion King 2 is their favorite movie of all time the other day.
really,
I think that's strange.
I've definitely never seen that.
Yeah.
I'm sure I have, but
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think that's a strange favorite movie for an
That
adult.
is bizarre. Yeah, for sure.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but
So Carol Baskin,
yeah,
she's saying that it's all lies. It's all lies. All.
there's maybe I don't know. It's like it's so crazy. Like everybody on this is so crazy, but like the family of her dead husband, like the stuff with them is hilarious.
Are they on it? Like, are they talking about?
Yeah.
Is part of it about like finding the dead husband or trying to?
So like the first episode is.
So it's not even. Is it all about Carol Baskin?
No.
Okay.
So the first episode is about Joe, like when he was younger. Like it goes back to like when he was a kid and when he was a young man and stuff like that, and gives more backstory about him.
Gotcha.
And then the second 2 episodes are about Carol's husband, and then like the next 3 episodes are about the dude with all the affliction T-shirts, and the guy that he was Tim Stark, the guy that he was going to like build the new zoo with. And so this Tim,
in the first one,
he's barely in the first season, but this Tim Stark guy becomes the most insane part of season 2.
Okay,
and it ends. The spoilers. It ends with just this huge like FBI raid of his property where they confiscate like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of animals. And he is like on the run because he's like done because he's killed all these animals because he like locks them up and like doesn't feed them and stuff because it's just so terrible. But
it's bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. All these people are really sad. But the part with the Carol Baskin's dead husband's family is maybe the funniest part because there's a scene where they're all sitting there watching her on Dancing with the Stars, and they're all just like, "Why is she doing this?" like they're just sitting there with just these like astonished looks on their face, like, "What is she doing? Why is she doing this?"
Well, can you imagine? I mean, think of the craziest person in your family.
Yeah.
And then they're on Dancing with the Stars. Like, you've got to be... I
guess that's true.
You've got to be, like, if you were on the other end doing the same thing, like, oh my gosh, give me a break.
What is happening right now?
And then they hire a psychic. And the psychic is amazingly insane. He is like...
This is also fitting.
Dude,
I feel like I'm going to have to, after the show, I'm just going to...
Oh my gosh. The guy that's the psychic is insane. He's just like, I don't know. It's so hard to like explain it, but there's one part where he's trying to show that he's having this like big psychic revelation, and you're just like, yeah, dude, that's just a piece of garbage laying on the floor.
I think we're going to talk about this next. Yeah, it's written right in front of you.
Yeah.
Oh, now, okay. You've shamed us into it.
But it's nuts. It's like there's a lot less Joe Exotic in season 2 because the only interview they do with him is through a like a Skype.
He's in jail, right?
Yeah, it's like a video chat through jail.
Okay.
But he got out, right?
No, not that I'm aware of.
He's still in there?
Yeah,
he's still in there. He thought Trump was going to let him out.
Yeah.
Remember, he had like the car and everything lined up.
That's part of it. There is one episode that follows the like free Joe, like the alt-right free Joe Exotic like movement where like they're going to all these like political rallies and stuff like that, holding these like
the free Joe Exotic.
Yeah, and they're the guys that like I don't know.
Do they all have mullets?
No, they don't have mullets, but they've all got like tuxedos with cowboy hats and stuff like that. I don't know how these guys made their money. They don't really say that, but they had more money than sense, and they're the ones that rented all the like crazy limousines and stuff like that when they thought he was going to get pardoned.
Well, you want to talk about, I mean, in a way, Carol Baskin pretty much deserves what she gets because she created this insane persona. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, she also, my God, she was like attacked in that show. I mean, the whole, I feel like the entire country hates Carol Baskin.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
she didn't have a chance.
Yeah. And they do kind of touch on that, sort of like, Joe's a terrible person too. But everybody liked him.
Nobody was doing TikToks saying kill Carol Baskin.
Exactly.
Well, kill Joe Exotic.
Kill Joe Exotic.
Right. Yeah, and that's something they talk about in this too. This sort of I don't know, double standard for
Yeah.
Right.
Like they're both certifiably insane. Like
Yeah.
they should have been equally as hated.
yeah.
But he just came across as
But
funny.
yeah, right. Even though he's like
Even though
he's like beating tigers with a cane.
and burying them and whatnot.
Yeah, there's one part in this new season where he has a funeral for a chimpanzee that dies. It's not funny, but like he makes it funny.
Hey, I had a funeral for a goldfish when I was
Yeah.
in
Listen,
elementary school.
When you were a 48-year-old man
No,
with a blonde wallet and a cowboy hat, lip
I
singing to
It's
bad
right.
country
What
music.
I do on my own time, James, is completely okay. No
oh my God, I
judgment.
forgot about the country music
Yeah,
until you just said
The
that.
video?
The video.
yeah, his like random lip singing country songs.
Oh my gosh. Wow. It was just a train wreck.
Yeah,
What a great holiday show! That
I
you
know.
all should take
I
Hey,
part
know.
listen,
in.
if there's anything, I will give the Tiger King credit for getting people through this
it brought
pandemic.
It
brought
did.
people
Like-
together.
I mean, it gave people something to watch and talk about.
If Thanksgiving dinner gets awkward,
Yeah.
because
Forget
someone brings
football.
up
Yeah,
politics,
steer your
just
Thanksgiving
steer
dinner away from politics toward the
towards
Tiger King.
You're good to go.
Yep, it's true. This is
Yeah.
100% true. But I will say this is a little bit of a spoiler for the ending of Tiger King 2. But it ends in a lot of these animals that have been mistreated in these roadside zoos being put in a real, legitimate, like, wildlife refuge.
If nothing
Good.
else, it's bringing awareness to that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
when you see the
yeah,
billboard
seeing-
that says "Come pet a tiger" or "Come
Yeah.
pet a monkey" on the highway on
the
vacation,
side of the
don't
road.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't
don't
give
do
them their
it.
money.
Don't give me
But
money.
yeah, but it is really nice to see them like actually look like they're happy at the
Yeah.
end.
Like being in proper
Yeah.
digs, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But it's insane. it's really
Is
insane.
it as insane as the first one?
No. Because
I mean, I don't know how that's possible.
right,
so,
because you
yeah.
well,
You had such a
because
shock factor.
It was just,
Right.
it was like the train wreck that you just could
Right.
not, like 10
Stop
episodes
watching.
of
like you could not
Look away from
you
it.
could not make up a fictional character as crazy as Joe Exotic.
can't.
They
You're
tried
right.
to. Joe Dirt.
Yeah. But like Joe Dirt, I like Joe Dirt. But like even that like is not as insane.
No, not at all.
But yeah. Man, maybe that's what inspired him.
Maybe
Think?
Joe Dirt
No,
did
That movie
inspire
came out
They
in like
did-
98 or
Dave-
something like that.
Didn't Spade get like asked if he's going to play
Well,
Tiger King?
He
Well,
would make a
no,
good Tiger King, but
Nicolas Cage was supposed to play him and that fell through,
Nicholas Cage.
which is such a shame. The world deserves to see
I
Nicolas
think
Cage
Nicolas
as Joe
Cage would
Exotic.
rock that because he's just so bizarre anyway.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I'll tell you who's not in the craziest person from the first season that they kind of gloss over a little bit is not in the second season at all. Is that Doc Attell guy who's
From Las Vegas?
the guy whose zoo was just like a cult basically.
Yes,
That
I
guy-
totally forgot
yeah,
about
that
that.
guy's not in
Couple
season
wives?
2.
Didn't he have, like, a couple
he has
wives?
a whole bunch of wives.
He's
and
probably
stuff.
working on his own.
Yeah, so he's not in this, and
What
he
a
seemed
mess.
like the most crazy person that
I
they just kind of
think-
glossed over.
Well, I think he was involved in a lot more than just tigers.
Well, a lot of
I
these
mean,
guys are. The guy with
yeah.
the affliction T-shirts. There's a story in this about him, like stealing from like a battered women's shelter and stuff.
Well,
Like,
that's the lowest.
I
of the
know.
low.
Like he organized a charity for people to like donate stuff to this women's shelter, and then he like sells it all.
Dude,
See?
bad.
If you
Bad
own
deal.
exotic animals, you most likely are not doing anything else that is
You're
legal.
shady.
You're
You're
very
just shady.
Yeah.
Your husband's gonna disappear. I mean, just weird things is gonna
That's
happen.
crazy.
And then
Yep.
and then there's like the shock of, oh, so and so got bit. You're like,
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah.
Duh.
Like eventually that's going to
Yes.
happen.
There's a
I own dogs.
there's a reason.
I've been bit by a
Yeah,
dog.
like,
If you own a
it's-
tiger, you're going to get
There's
bit.
a reason
also.
that
Like,
half the people in this show are missing a limb.
right.
right.
Oh man.
But yeah, I highly
All
recommend
right.
it.
James
All right.
recommends it.
Tiger
I
King 2,
recommend it.
it's on.
I feel like we should like start giving these things like stars. Like,
Yeah.
How
Well,
many
we should
stars
come
out
up-
of 5? We need to
Right,
come up
but
with
they're
like
not
a rating.
stars. We got to come up with our own rating.
Our own rating?
Yeah.
All right, we'll work on that.
Yep.
I like it.
Is it the Main Street TV seal of approval?
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
Stamp it.
Yep. Sticking with Netflix, I didn't put this on my list. And you guys probably haven't watched this because you probably don't know what it is. But
Hey, I watched my octopus teacher, or whatever that was that you made me watch.
Yeah.
That was the cutest thing. Anyway,
Yeah.
if you haven't watched it, you need to watch it.
So this one's probably more on the line of Squid Game rather than the cute octopus movie. But the live action Cowboy Bebop show on Netflix.
Mike has that in our
What?
Mike has that in our watch list.
Yeah.
Is it worth watching?
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
So Cowboy Bebop is a Japanese animated show from the late 90s.
Okay.
It is like James Bond meets Star Wars meets Bruce Lee.
Okay.
And Mike said, "I don't know if you're gonna want to watch this."
And
It sounds like he's
this
right.
is something that I loved like as a teenager. I absolutely loved it.
Okay.
And so now Netflix has turned it into a live action show.
I was gonna say it's not. Yeah, it's not anime.
It's very Doctor Who. It's like it is that it's James Bond meets Star Wars meets Bruce Lee.
Oh man.
And it's very Doctor Who.
Funny.
And
Doctor Who-y.
Yeah. It's very
Not
just
Philly.
like it's very
Philly.
just like let it be as crazy as it wants to be kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And I love it. I think
Is it a show or is
it's
it
a
movie?
show.
Okay,
It's
I
a
didn't know if it
10
was
it's a 10 episode series.
an hour. How much time are we committing
They're
to this?
40-minute episodes. They are a little long. I think they could probably have been half-hour episodes. The episodes do feel a little bit long, but I'm loving it.
Okay.
But
Cool.
again,
We'll take your word for
it
it.
is just this weird thing that if you knew it and like it, I don't know how many new fans this is going to bring in.
Yeah.
But it's something that I loved like as a teenager. I'm excited to see it.
And then there's Yellowstone.
Yeah, I haven't seen Yellowstone, but I'm sure that's good.
I started
that's on
watching like
Paramount.
a couple.
Paramount Network,
You gotta,
right?
yeah, you gotta.
I'm just
Just
going to
gotta
tell
get
you.
Plus.
another
gotta
freaking
get another
subscription.
freaking-
Besides The Sopranos, I would say that this will go down in history. It will be in infamy
Yeah.
like The Sopranos.
Yeah.
I know it's
Yellowstone
all
will.
over Facebook.
It is. I cannot even explain how good this show is
Mhm.
because you also have so you have like all the things. So you have like hot cowboys, you have horses, you have romance, you have family, you have hot cowboys.
Hey, my show's
Did I
got
say
those
that?
things. They're space cowboys.
Are they hot?
I mean,
You
I think
have
so.
action, you have love, you have
Yeah.
all of
And
this
then
stuff
you
going
have-
on in Yellowstone. And not to mention, they're in Montana, so it's just
Why is Montana better
Gorgeous.
than space?
because it's
Montana
pretty.
has waterfalls.
Space is pretty.
And there's no horses in space.
That's true. Space horses.
Ooh.
And then they have
we
teeters.
should have been space
Horses. There's one character named Teeter in the show, and she is
Teeter.
literally one of the funniest, best characters that's been on television ever in the history of television. She is fantastic.
Yeah.
And you talk about it being close to Sopranos because it's kind of like Cowboy Mafia too, right?
Kind of,
like,
yeah.
Because you got
It's,
disputes and
It's almost mobby. It's not mobby. It's as mobby as I guess the West could be,
right.
if that makes any sense. Of people like literally cowboys and Indians. Like you have the reservation and you have them working together sometimes and then
Yeah.
working against each other sometimes for the good of what they're all trying to do. And it's a good show. But
Speaking
I don't know. I
of-
have Paramount Network at my
Yeah.
house, so
Speaking of like
you
The
have-
Sopranos,
Dish. Yeah.
have you seen? So there's this sports documentary series on Netflix called I can't think of what it's called. Well, like every episode's like its own story,
Mhm.
and there's one about this like minor league hockey team, and this dude like a lot of people think that this guy was like part of the basis for Tony Soprano. Because like his
Really?
story, like I don't think that's true, but like his story is so similar to
Like
The
parallels
Sopranos.
it.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously there's nothing in The Sopranos about a minor league ice hockey team,
No.
but like everything else this dude did,
There's the bada bing.
yeah, well, yeah, but like the guy's kid's name is even AJ.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like but like as far as it's like a what's Tony's, he's in like the garbage collection, that like that's his, like the union or whatever.
Yes.
I can't think what it's called, but that's what this guy was doing too.
Like waste management.
Yeah, waste management
Yes.
union. Yeah. And but it's crazy. I can't remember what it's called now. It's called something or other. But it's about this like minor league hockey team that's like fronted with like mafia money.
But
and
it's
stuff.
Actually like
yeah,
a true
it's a true story.
That's
it happened in
interesting.
back in like early 2000s, late 90s. It's really crazy.
We started watching The Sopranos again the other day. It's like one of those.
Have you watched Many Saints of Newark yet?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Have you watched it?
Nope.
It's hard to follow. It's like I almost feel like you need to watch it again, like twice, because there's a lot of characters, and you're trying to relate back.
You're trying to remember
like
who everybody is.
Yeah, like it's there's
so
a lot of characters, but you're talking about it's like a prequel,
right? So they're all played by different actors, and they look a little bit different, and it's hard to remember who everybody is,
correct?
And how they're
it's
connected.
It's hard to put
and
them
stuff
all
like
together.
Got it.
And like how they got to The Sopranos is basically what the movie's about. But,
right.
Yeah.
So maybe
it's like Tony's
if you
uncle.
haven't watched Sopranos, maybe watch the movie then Sopranos.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think the movie will make one lick of sense to you if you haven't watched The Sopranos.
Right. Because it shows.
It wouldn't. You'd be like, I don't know what the point is.
Right. Because
Got it.
I hate to spoil anything. I mean, we probably shouldn't talk about it too much because it would spoil things.
Okay.
But the movie fits. It shows how something that is talked about a lot on The Sopranos happened. That is a mystery on the show.
Okay.
And even though
it explains backstory,
and even though the movie still leaves some mystery to it,
right,
it gives you a big chunk of the story that was meant to be a mystery before.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Hey, speaking of movies, you probably all know this, and I did not know this. So Jamie was at the restaurant yesterday, so I was just watching TV, and I was watching Fried Green Tomatoes. I think that is just one of the sweetest,
good movie,
just best movies. Have you seen the very end of that when they show the old Whistle Stop Cafe, like after it's closed?
Yeah, we've been there.
It has a ski sign on the door.
Oh, does it?
Yes. I'm sitting there like on my couch. I'm like, right in the very middle of, they show the shot of of it after it was closed and run down, whatever. And it says something like drink ski or whatever. It's a ski, and it's like
that's really cool.
Big sign. Huh. And I don't know why I didn't snap a picture of it, but I was like, I have watched that movie 100,000 times and never noticed that before.
Well, there is a little, it's like
where is that?
It's in Georgia, but I can't remember the name of the town. It was near where my cousin lives. And it's literally, it's like, it would be like you going down 93. Yeah, it'd be like you going down 93 and then you just turn off and it's just this like one like dead end road. And it's got some other little shops that have built up there, but then it's got the cafe and you can go and they've got fried green tomatoes.
Like it's open.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was, I mean, this was years ago, but yeah, you just go in there and eat, but it's usually pretty busy. So you got to get there early and put your name in. But there's other places you can like walk around and look while you're waiting to get in.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I want Edgy to be there though.
Speaking of signs that you saw in the back of TV shows, did you guys see the background sign that was going around on the internet over the weekend?
Yes.
At the college game day,
No.
Ohio State, Michigan State.
Oh my gosh, it was hilarious.
So there's somebody standing, so it's the big
game day,
pregame.
like people hold up signs and stuff.
So standing right behind the Ohio State coach is somebody holding up a sign that says, Michigan State smells like Chillicothe, Ohio.
Oh, yeah. I did see that. Somebody
so funny.
Yeah, somebody shared it on Facebook and said, if you know, you know.
That is so true. Like, if you don't know, you have no idea what we're talking about.
If you know, you know.
Oh, man. That's a good one.
Well, one more movie I wanted to talk about. I was hoping Matt... Oh, here he is. Right on cue.
That, by the way.
Wow, that was
right
so
on
weird.
cue.
Come on
over
in.
here.
Talk about
I posted that
Ghostbusters.
video, by the way.
I saw a few people. Okay, so there's one more movie I wanted to talk about. We're bringing Matt McKee in here real quick. All right, and so...
Big screen today.
Yeah, and so the long-awaited Ghostbusters
Yes.
Afterlife
Yes.
finally hit theaters. This movie has been delayed for like a year and a half, maybe even more than that. And it finally came out. I saw it. Matt saw it.
It
Have you
has
seen
Paul
it?
Rudd. No, I have not.
It
It has
has
Paul
Paul
Rudd
Rudd
in
in
it. I
it.
mean, you can't go wrong.
I gotta say this one thing about it before anything. I felt older than I have ever felt in my entire life as I'm watching the trailers, because not only have I been watching this movie that's kind of the culmination of Ghostbusters history, that's just now 30 some odd years old.
Gosh.
But they show the trailer for the new Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, a
And I'm
lot
going,
of 80s,
God,
a lot of
God, we're
80s
just-
nostalgia.
So-
Big 80s nostalgia going on right
oh,
now.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yes.
But so this is a story it's a lot different than the other Ghostbusters movies because
I love how they did this.
It's out of New York. It's more about family and less about putting a team together. Because
Right.
the other Ghostbusters movies are about putting a team together.
Mhm.
This movie is really about a family coming together and kind of making peace with their past,
Okay.
but also serving that nostalgia itch for wanting to see Bill Murray in a tan jumpsuit again.
Yes.
So are all the original Ghostbusters, do they make cameos?
Well, we would hate to
I
spoil the
can't
ending.
Does that-
spoil it. Yeah, you
Oh,
can't
okay.
spoil it
I will say
exactly,
you see a little hint of Dan Aykroyd in the
Yep.
trailer, but we don't want to spoil anything
Okay.
else because it's a big finale. But this is very much this is the new characters movie very much.
yes.
Yeah. So it really focuses on them and tells their story.
And if you've
Gotcha.
seen the original Ghostbusters, one of the things I told you was it's phenomenal how they took a lot of this. You know, a lot of times when they rehash these movies or put out these sequels or whatever you want to call them,
Sure.
like with The Last Jedi, it was like, oh, that was just Star Wars: A New Hope all over again. It's like they redo the entire story, but they didn't do that in this
Oh,
one.
this
But
is
they
super
took,
unique.
but they took a lot of the elements, like the musical elements and themes from the original Ghostbusters, which was groundbreaking when it came out.
So they paid homage to it
Oh,
for
big
sure.
time, big time.
Good.
And of course,
Because that would be sad if they didn't.
Well, we've talked about this before. This movie is directed by the son of the original director,
Right.
Correct.
who as a kid actor is in Ghostbusters too. So
Yes.
so it really it really is like Ghostbusters was such a big part of his family, and then he made this movie about family because that's like his connection to it.
That's so cool.
Yeah, but then of course it's also very much about Harold Ramis, who of course is the original actor that's passed away.
Right.
And so Ghostbusters was also a big part of his family because like his kids were little on the sets of those movies.
Sure.
His daughter wrote a book a couple years ago that was very much about like her experience of having like an actor father, someone who was in Hollywood. And that was, a big part of that. So it's very much about like both the Reitman family and the Ramis family and like their connection with Ghostbusters. And that sort of inspired these
Love
young
that.
characters. I think
It's a really cute original idea. of
I
those.
think Phoebe, the little girl that's kind of the lead. I mean, it's an ensemble cast, but the little girl's kind of the central part that sort of holds
Okay.
it together. I think she's one of my favorite movie characters of the
it was
recent
really well
years.
done.
She like that character was so well done. I mean, I don't know how old that girl is, but she's not old. Like she's young, and just like she plays it so well, and the character is like designed so well. Like the whole like aesthetic of it, it's so much
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, she's just this weird kid that's like finding her tribe.
Yeah.
But it's like in this cool science fiction.
Was it you or somebody I was talking to this week said, and it has also Finn Wolfhard in
Right.
it from Stranger Things,
And it's very Stranger
Oh.
Things.
yeah, it kind of has that Stranger Things vibe to it. Of,
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. I think if it wasn't for how successful Stranger Things was, this movie probably wouldn't exist.
That's true. yeah.
Stranger Things. Those poor kids. They're going to bring that show back, and they're going to be
It's coming back.
Yeah.
married
Next
and
spring.
45.
Well,
Next spring.
I think
Is it in the spring?
yeah.
I think it's the spring of
What a
March,
good-
maybe. So
Yeah, I think they were very intentional to give like a 2-year gap because they knew the kids were going to age up
They're going to
so
grow
fast.
up. I mean, you can't.
So yeah.
there'll be a lot of
You-
no more of this crap.
Yeah.
Voice crack and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So they're very
They're
much
so
like
cute.
sort of teens in this new season.
Which you mentioned Broadway earlier. One of the other characters in that, if people are Broadway fans, the guy that plays, it's Gatton Madanzaro, I think is his real name. The kid with the hat played the goof, the kind of the main kid that had the girlfriend. I can't think of his name off the top of my head now, but he was actually, if people are Broadway fans, he actually originated the role of the boy in Les Mis on the original New York run in Broadway.
Who are we talking about?
Gatton Matanzaro that plays. I can't think of what his Stranger Things character name is.
Oh, in Stranger Things. I thought we were still talking about Ghostbusters.
Sorry, I switched gears on you.
I gotcha.
Sorry.
It's hard for this blonde girl to keep up.
Sorry.
I thought we were still talking Ghostbusters. I was a little lost. Yeah. No, but yeah, it's really great. I definitely recommend checking it out.
And playing at our local theaters.
It's playing everywhere. It's playing, right here in Jackson, Gallipolis. I mean, it's everywhere.
What a good...
Yep, the Danbury Cinema and Chillicothe, of course, is open now.
What a good family, like holiday movie to go see.
Right.
I debated. My girls have not seen the originals yet because honestly, the original Ghostbusters, I was about my oldest age when I saw it, and it kind of scared me.
It was a little scary.
Yeah.
I was like, but at watching this one has some dark moments, but I think it's almost viewable.
I think Ghostbusters is the first scary movie a lot of kids see. Ghostbusters and Gremlins.
Kind of like Gremlins. What were they thinking?
It was a great holiday movie.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
That was the 80s, man.
I remember going and watching that and being like, I was like terrified.
I remember I had to choose at that point in time between Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom,
which is
or
worse.
Gremlins, and my parents were like, "Oh, well, you should probably go see
Those cute
Indiana
little
Jones
things.
because it won't be as scary as Gremlins was."
And Temple of
I
Doom,
remember that one.
that's the one when the guy gets his heart
have
ripped out,
nightmares
right?
about Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
The guy reaching and grabbing the guy's heart, and pulling. It's like, what the heck did happen?
Like, did you not see the guy's face melt in the last one? You know they're going to one up that.
Yes, but it's just like, what the world?
Yeah.
Well, why did they promote Gremlins though the way that they did? That was
Because they thought they could sell toys.
But it was completely inappropriate because you got there and you assumed it was this movie about these cute little things running around.
No.
And the next thing you know, but that's what the trailer kind of like
Yeah.
But they made up
portrayed.
for it with the second one.
Yeah, the second one's a lot sillier.
Gremlins 2 definitely took a lot more of a comedic spin on the
I don't even remember that
after-hours
one.
character.
Yeah, it's sillier.
It's much goofier.
And how have they not made another Gremlins
It's
for
in the
like
works.
30 years?
It's in the works. It's another one now that's people are
It's just 80s nostalgia
80s
everywhere.
nostalgia coming back. Let's do it.
I love
But
it.
seriously, like, how's there never been like a Gremlins
Let's
cartoon
remake
or something
Weird
like that?
Science.
Yeah.
Definitely a good one.
Yeah.
Weird Science.
Love
You gotta
Weird
remake
Science.
So Weird Science is the one when they make a girlfriend,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that if I'm
You
not
see, when I was your age, James,
Yeah.
we had these movies.
so if I'm not mistaken, my uncle
Yes.
Ed that was in here talking about the robots a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago. So if I'm not mistaken, Weird Science is set at Caltech, right? Or do you know?
You're thinking of Real Genius.
Yeah,
Real
you're thinking
Genius,
of Real
okay.
Genius. That's
I was
Val
gonna say
Which
Kilmer.
had Val Kilmer.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And a
that's
lot of
where
popcorn.
that's where he went to college. Is where like a lot of these kind of nerdy.
Oh, okay.
And Caltech is where they work. The Big Bang Theory. That's the school that they work at too.
Okay.
Yeah.
How funny.
Yeah. So it's real
Science.
Real-
Weird Science.
Weird Science
and Real
Not to be
Genius.
confused with
Not
Real
to be confused.
Genius.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they did kind of come out around.
About
Yeah.
the same time.
It was
yeah.
very,
Yeah.
I will give you, it was
Throw
confusing.
Revenge of the Nerds in there
Yeah,
too.
Weird
Yeah,
Science
right.
was almost Brat Pack-ish because it had Anthony Michael Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Real Genius had Val Kilmer. One
Yes.
of his first
Okay.
movies, so
Man, have you guys seen that Val Kilmer documentary that's out now?
it's heartbreaking, dude.
Oh, I can't watch it. It's too sad.
I've not seen all of it, but I've seen
I
bits and
can't.
pieces of it.
I watched the trailer. I was like, I don't want to watch that. It's too sad.
Yeah,
He's had a lot of health problems,
Yeah.
hasn't he?
Yeah, you can't talk. Like the whole thing is
It's-
through like a narrator because he can't.
And you turn on Top Gun and you look at this guy that was so good looking and like so strong in that movie, and it's just like sad to think that that's the same person.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's amazing. He was amazing. He is amazing.
but definitely check out Ghostbusters.
So
Yeah.
handsome.
Now that we've brought the mood way down.
Right? All right. I've got to ask. I've got you all here. Thanksgiving, what's your favorite food?
Mashed potatoes and noodles.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mashed
that's
potatoes with the noodles
yeah.
on top.
Me
That's
too.
an Appalachian.
Yeah,
I'm not a
classic.
gravy person. Like I'll do mashed potatoes with the noodles on the top. Yeah.
Well,
I agree with you 100%.
I'm gonna go white meat turkey with gravy.
Okay.
Pretty good. I'd have to say homemade noodles as well. Now we haven't done that for a while. because my grandmother passed away years ago. But every once in a while, we still get those. I would say that's there, and definitely white meat turkey fresh. We're trying to smoke turkey this year, so
that'll be good.
I'm looking forward to that. That's
Man,
gonna
I
be,
want a smoker. I want to just be that guy that's just obnoxious about it.
Smoking.
Just smoking it all.
I smoked this banana today.
Yeah.
So good on that.
Don't put it past them; they'll try it.
Oh,
Right? You
Yeah.
can smoke anything.
Yeah.
Jen, yours.
Smoking hot dogs for 12 hours.
I think I have to agree with you guys. It's number one, I love turkey, so like the white meat turkey breast, like yes, of course, but the noodles and the mashed potatoes, because I don't eat carbs much, so like
carbo load day.
it's like everybody get out of my way. I'm going to eat this stuff. And I also have a really good cranberry recipe that like for a relish, and it has booze in it. It's really good.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving item? Booze.
Boozy.
Yep.
Alcohol. I did. Oh, I should have brought it with me. I found.
Yes, you should have brought them with you.
You should have brought them with you. That is correct.
Let's get us through this Monday morning, please.
Only 2 more left now.
3-day work week. We need booze.
I found this recipe, and I think it's a Bobby Flay recipe. I was just reading articles last night online, and it's called a harvest margarita. So you take the simple syrup and you put like allspice, ginger, different things like that in the simple syrup with the tequila and all that. And I'm thinking I'm going to have to try that.
Rick Sims says his favorite is sweet potato casserole, and Megan Maloon loves the cranberries.
Yay.
She might like
Cranberries are good if they're done the right way.
Yeah, we're running out of time, but the canned cranberry sauce versus the fresh cranberry sauce could be a debate.
It could be a debate. Can't do the canned. It creeps me out.
But some people
fresh
only like the canned.
I know.
Yeah.
Jamie's like, oh, you need to slice it.
Okay, so Wednesday, Jen, you need to bring your cranberry recipe and the stuff made. And
the
then
booze.
I'll bring the canned cranberry.
And we'll have a debate.
They also have like, you can buy store-bought where it's like mixed and everything. So we'll do a little taste test.
Okay. It's on.
All right.
I'm there.
I asked somebody this the other day. I know you got to wrap up, but the craziest thing that I've ever seen at Thanksgiving that my grandmother used to make, oyster dressing.
Ooh. Love.
That
was always a family thing for us.
Yeah, my aunt does that.
And now my wife's family, they did scalloped oysters, which is even
Yes.
grosser to me. But
No,
we
the
have
oyster dressing with Ritz crackers and
I guess it's
so good.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
I remember being a little kid and being totally disgusted by it, but now, like as an adult, I think it's fantastic. So yeah.
I'm not a stuffing person in general.
I think that's one of those things for me, though. My great uncle Lewis Long, everybody knew Uncle Lewis, but that was always his contribution to Thanksgiving was the oyster dressing. So I think there's a little bit of nostalgia with that too. It makes me think of him. So, and I think that are there dishes that you guys do like family wise that kind of makes you think of like,
yeah, my Aunt Nancy always brought broccoli casserole. And so that's like anytime I have that, I think of her when I make it.
Yeah.
Well, our family's signature Thanksgiving dish is making turkey sandwiches the next day.
That is the best. White bread.
Oh, dude, yes.
Cold turkey sandwich.
Just mayonnaise.
Nope, mustard.
No mayonnaise.
Smothered mustard, and then you take a bite, and the bread like sticks to the roof of your mouth.
Yes, so good.
I put American cheese on there because I'm a weirdo.
No,
American cheese.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah. And if you have like the best thing is if you have a little stuffing or cranberry stuff left, you can take the bread, layer of stuffing, layer of
cranberry
later on this week as well. I was informed of this weekend. I said something about stuffing, and someone said, "Did you cook it in the turkey?"
Yeah.
And I said, "No," and they said, "Well, then it's dressing."
Yeah.
That it's not stuffing if it's not cooked in the turkey. It's dressing if you cook it outside of the turkey. Yeah. It's only stuffing if you stuff it.
Stuff it.
I don't know. Apparently that's a Southern thing, but
I don't know.
We went to a restaurant one year and they had it was called a gobblerito. And it was a burrito.
Love it.
Stuffed with all of the Thanksgiving stuff.
Yes.
Right there.
I thought you were going to say it was a turkey flavored margarita.
No. But Jen, just think about it. It was the turkey, it was the stuffing, and then it like had a cranberry sauce on
all
top of it.
6 Cents need to do that for their collaboration.
Could be our special of the week.
Yeah, it could be your
Love
Black
that.
Friday special. Not had enough turkey?
What was it called? What was it called? A turkey? A what?
Gobblerita.
The
Gobblerita.
Gobblerito. That's so good.
I can see potential in that.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
There we go.
Sign off on
Fantastic.
that note.
There you go.
Fantastic.
That's what you can do with all that leftover food. Make a burrito.
Hey, I have an article. We can go over this tomorrow or whatever. How long can you keep your Thanksgiving leftovers? So it talks about each individual thing, how long
My
they
house,
last.
It is till they're gone.
Well, that's what James and I are like,
My
wait.
husband will not throw that out till they're gone.
Since when does it last that long? Like that you even have to worry about it? Because it sure as heck doesn't at our house.
So just give a little shout out to what we've got coming up the rest of the week.
Yes.
Tomorrow, Dave Channel is going to be in. He's
Yes.
going to talk about
Dave.
Jackson. I almost said 4th of July. the Jackson Christmas
The
fireworks.
Christmas
Light up
fireworks.
the
Yeah.
light.
Yep. And then on Wednesday, Charlie Hudson's going to come in, and we're going to talk about all of the not 4th of July Christmas things going on in Wellston, because everything is this Saturday.
Next
Yes.
Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday. I was going to say, wait.
Yeah.
I think we're a week ahead of time.
No, I keep
But-
thinking that like this is the end of the week.
Well, everybody did their light. I mean,
But-
Chillicothe did their huge lighting thing this last weekend.
Yeah, there's
Gal-
been a lot of-
Yaptangi Park looks amazing.
Gallipolis
this week.
is the day
This-
before Thanksgiving.
yeah.
Yeah, this week on Wednesday night. So.
Yep.
That's always a
Lots going
fun
on.
event down there too. If you
Yeah,
haven't
I'm
been to
going
the
to try and
Gallipolis
go.
and Lights,
There's nowhere to
event,
freaking park, but I'm going to try and go because it's awesome.
It is so awesome. And they still, I don't know if they're still doing like the
Oh, they're
carriage
doing-
rides and
Oh,
things.
I don't know if they're doing carriage rides, but they're doing fireworks and all that.
Yeah.
The whole shebang.
Man, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous thing down there if you haven't been. Right
Yep.
there overlooking the park, or
Beautiful.
the park overlooking the river.
Yep.
And the Downtown Association is bringing First Thursday back. So First Thursday in December, Mayhew Brown will be having their big holiday extravaganza.
Okay, so
And
we're back
then-
this year, thank goodness.
Yep. And then they're going to do a cookie walk downtown. So you
Yes.
get your tickets, I think, starting Friday at Michael's Ice Cream.
Yes.
And you can walk around town and get you some good cookies and
Get
then
you some goodies.
Heck yeah.
save them, freeze them for your holiday parties.
There you go.
Or just eat
Give
them.
them as a gift.
Yeah, here, I got this one cookie
shows
for you.
up, so somebody shows up at your house with a gift for you, and you're like, "Hold on!" And you run in and like just put a bunch of cookies on
Which
a
one of
plate.
these
and
cookies haven't I
put some
eaten yet?
Saran wrap on it. Here you go. I made this just for you.
Random cookies.
Yep. All right. Well, we better get out of here, guys.
I think we've gotten ourselves in all kind of trouble today.
Yep.
So, no, this has been a lot of fun. Thanks for stopping
Thanks
by.
for
Thank you,
joining
Matt.
Yeah,
in.
thanks for
Now
stopping
that we're
by,
neighbors,
Courtney.
hopefully
Yeah,
we can do this
fun.
more often.
All right, so cranberries on Wednesday.
Cranberries on Wednesday.
Oh, we'll get Charlie Hudson involved too. I think this is
Okay.
great.
All right. I'll pick up my can when I go Thanksgiving Day shopping.
Yeah, that is if we can find cranberries, right?
Yeah, right.
At least we're not
So-
looking for a turkey.
That's right.
Right. I do
If
have
you
my
need a
turkey. That's
out
the only
there.
thing I have.
Message James on Facebook.
My
His sister
sister's got
might
an
have
extra
They might have an
16-pound
extra.
one.
It just went up to $150.
We should put it on auction.
Oh, yeah.
Main Street TV turkey auction.
Local pickup only.
It can go. We'll come up with a charity to give it to. There you go.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
No,
Bye,
Dave
everyone.
Channel
Dave
will be
Channel.
in, and that's exciting. Fireworks, and then I'd like to talk to him about the fire department as well. If
Absolutely.
that's okay. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
All
lots of
right.
great
Sounds like a
things.
good week.
All right.
Yay!
See you. See everyone
Thanks
tomorrow.
for watching,
Thanks for
everyone.
watching.
Bye.